Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy JP here, back with another video. Man, we are about to get to a house wash. We just got a customer call us at the end of last week to come out Monday, so got that for this video. But man, let's hop in the car and I got some stuff to share with you. Let's go. So first things first, I do want to say Merry Christmas to all my boys in pressure washing, and if you are thinking about pressure washing, I can actually help you with that. Click that link in the description and we can book a call and go over your game plan and everything like that. Guys, look, I have to update you, man. I have a lot of stuff coming for you guys. It literally just has been in the edits. It has just been in the edits. Like, been super busy with Christmas and the holidays. Right now, my daughter's daycare is not running for obvious reasons, right? It will not be running until about the 6th. So, you know, I've been having her around and we haven't had many jobs, but it's just been, you know, it's been slow, man. I mean, and that's the time of the year. Like, literally, like, I'm in North Carolina, right? And I'm not in Florida. So, yeah, I know my Florida pressure washers, man. I know y'all can kill it all year round. And, man, I'm jealous. But truly, like, yeah, I mean, just this morning, it was like 20-something degrees. And I told my customer I can be out there around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. because of the fact that it's going to be around 40, 45, right? So that's North Carolina weather, man. Especially this time, you know, with Christmas and everything, man, people don't want to get their house pressure washed. I mean, they're out of town, they have family over. It's just not on their mind, man. They got money to save and everything. So it's just been super slow. But what I do have is I do have a Facebook ads video. It's just going to go over the basics of running Facebook ads and setting it up. I do have a video currently on the channel about that, but this is kind of like an updated version because Facebook has changed a bit, and this is mainly towards pressure washers. Also, I do have a video of me dropping yard signs and kind of going over my technique on how I do that. Basically, like my route and everything. And, you know, I got a ton of videos coming, man, but it's just like literally just editing them, and I'm trying to juggle family events, Christmas, I mean, you name it, man. But I got the content coming, man. I'm actually super glad I got a house wash today because, man, I love filming this kind of stuff for you guys, providing value to your life and your business. And if that is something you like, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That's all we post here is stuff that you can benefit from and potentially even make money off of. Man, I actually forgot to tell you what we're gonna be talking about in this video. So this is actually a common problem that I have in my pressure washing jobs. And today, man, we're gonna be talking about, let's see if we got enough soap. Yeah, we should have enough soap. Today, we're gonna be talking about the dreaded oxidation, man. This is something that truly, I wish someone would have made a video like this before I started. And, you know, this is even for my current pressure washers too that might be kind of dealing with this. So I do want to talk about oxidation and the problems that it has caused my business. Man, weatherized conditions, man, have absolutely messed me up multiple times. And not messed me up in a way that like, oh, the customer like sued me or something like that. Dang, we need some gas. Sued me or anything like that, but messed me up to the point where, you know, I've had multiple customers when I forgot to tell them about the oxidation just because, you know, it was kind of low, or the, you know, side of the house was a color that kind of hit it well. And then, you know, once it dried and I was already long gone, man, dealing with that situation can be very, I think I speak for most pressure washers when I say that too, because, man, I tell you, you know, I'm in a ton of pressure washing groups and stuff like that. And I think the #1 starter mistake that I see is someone asking, you know, what is this white stuff on the side of, you know, the siding and stuff. So yeah, I want to talk about that today because, dude, I'm telling you, you can get in a pickle if you do not tell your customer the oxidation on their home. And not really necessarily like a legal pickle or something, but it really just comes down here. It really just comes down to the fact that, you know, obviously you want to make, you know, a lasting impression on your customers. You want to make sure that they call you back next year because that's what makes a sustainable pressure washing business. And, you know, man, I tell you, my first 1-star review was actually a guy. Now, I believe he was trying to get a free oxidation job out of me, but he was selling his home and he didn't realize the sunniest side of his house had oxidation. And so when it came out and I had left and it was all dried, man, it looked horrible. It looked like there was chemical there, but, you know, I rinsed down properly every single time. I knew it was oxidation, right? So yeah, I want to talk about that, and I'll be talking about that while we're doing the house wash. So yeah, man, let's get out there and get cleaning. All right, guys, so I can already tell you might be a little bit disappointed with this, but we're gonna have kind of a, a little bit of a cut up video here. So my GoPro's at like 3%. I left all my batteries at home. We were definitely unprepared for this, but I do have my iPhones fully charged. So what I'll do is I'll film as much of the first person POV as I can, but then I will do kind of like a voiceover and we can talk about the whole oxidation. Man, so as I said that, the GoPro died on me, okay? But I actually got a surprise. So we got 3 beginner mistakes that pressure washing business owners make. And guys, I do want to say I'm actually making a mistake in this video, okay? If you can guess what the mistake is, I will give you 5 million 8 gallons per minute machines, and that way you can grow your pressure washing empire. No, I'm just playing. I can't afford that. But I am telling you, there's actually a mistake going on inside this video. And if you watch closely, you will get it. And if you can't catch it, I will tell you at the end. It'll be part of the last mistake. So anyways, the first mistake, guys, is not having enough customers, but also not going full time when you should. Okay, and I'm going to explain that one first. We're going to tie kind of 2 into 1. So my whole mindset in life is basically throw yourself at whatever situation you possibly can, okay? Even if it feels uncomfortable, that is where you're going to find your full potential, is in moments where you have to actually reflect and look at your current self and how you can change to adapt to the situation at hand, right? I feel like a lot of people like to, kind of gradually get themselves into a lot of situations, not even just pressure washing. But guys, I went full-time my second month, okay? And yes, of course, now I wouldn't have done that if I didn't think I had the proper tools or the proper way to get customers. But I had faith in my Facebook ad strategy. I had faith in myself. The day I left my 9-to-5, I stood up, man. I walked out that door and I went door to door getting jobs with my business cards, writing the quote on the business cards, handing it to the customer, even in no soliciting places. And I was in and out. I wasn't trying to get any jobs that day, but I did end up getting jobs that day. But also the amount of cards I gave out, I got more jobs that week, plus my Facebook ad strategy. Okay. And that's going to tie into the other one I said, is not having enough customers. Guys, you need to be doing every single thing to get more customers, okay? And this is something that people, even after like 3 years of having a pressure washing business, can't achieve, right? You need to have more customers. You need to be looking at every single avenue to get more customers. And I will say, guys, Facebook ads is the only thing I run right now because it is a scalable way to get customers, right? If you find one avenue to get customers on Facebook ads, all you have to do is scale, and essentially it will get you double that. Just scaling, 10% over time. There's a lot of methods you can do to basically get more customers off of your Facebook ads. But the thing is it's basically automatic, right? Like Facebook is almost like you're the person handling your outreach, right? You just pay them and make sure you have good creatives and stuff like that. And guys, if you need help with your Facebook ads, I do offer a service where you can hire me. I'll run your Facebook ads every month. I will literally create your creatives. I do video editing. Obviously, you can see my YouTube channel. I do video editing. I do all that. Plus, I do have a service where if you're not looking to pay monthly, I can set your ads up one time and structure your ad account and get you prepared and show you exactly what you need to do every month. And that way you'll be on the ball. You'll know exactly what to do, and I'll set you up. So Facebook ads is so powerful, guys. Everybody's on their phones these days, and not just Facebook ads, but also Google SEO. Just a lot of digital marketing routes are super, super powerful and really outperform the guys that have been in the industry for years and years and years that rely on that word of mouth or a ton of yard signs, like that sort of thing. Although that is still a great way to do things. Don't get me wrong. You should do both. But I am telling you, if you want a sustainable way to grow your business and get like instant results, like I said, I went full time my second month. That is a great way to do it. But anyways, having as many eyes on your business is so important. And I don't think a lot of people realize that, man. It's so important. The second thing I see a lot of people making mistakes on is what I talked about at the beginning, is not knowing your stuff when you're going out to these jobs. Guys, oxidation is a big problem depending on where you live. Like in North Carolina, moisture is a huge deal. That's why, pressure washing companies are everywhere, is because algae growth, you cannot get around it. It's going to be everywhere. And especially if you have trees where you're at, it's going to grow even 2 times faster. But North Carolina gets very humid, especially during the spring, the summer. We don't get hot weather. We get humid weather. And so with that moisture, algae likes to grow on it and everything. And I know that for a fact. That's how I know people need this service, right? You're going to run into issues like oxidation and stuff from exposed siding to UV to moisture, and just over time weatherized conditions that will take effect on the siding. And guys, you have to know this kind of stuff, because I tell you, I made this mistake, okay? My first 1-star review is actually because I left a job and I didn't tell the guy about the oxidation on the side of his house. I thought I saw it, but at the time I wasn't too cautious about it. Like I knew it was just a thing that happened. And I guess, I kind of felt like people already knew about it, so they weren't going to make a big deal. But unfortunately, this guy was actually selling his home soon. And so this was a huge deal for him. He had everything immaculate. And the next thing you know, I come and pressure wash. And guys, there's not a lot of ways you can avoid it. Even if you do low pressure wash or, whatever, you're going to hear a million different ways you can avoid it and stuff. Guys, the chemical can pull it out. Like a lot of the times what it is the dirt that comes off basically exposes the difference in color and everything like that, because it's just been, kind of set in there for a while. So the chalkiness kind of mixes in with the dirt and everything. So, you'll hear a ton of people, professionals, quote unquote, that have dealt with oxidation for years and years and years, and everyone has a different experience, man. I'm in these Facebook groups, like I see it all the time. Everyone's got a different explanation. My number one thing that I can tell you that is tried and true, you don't need anyone else to tell you this, you need to let your customers know that they have oxidation, okay? And you need to know exactly how it happens and explain that to them. That way, if it does show out, you can set that expectation and not have them leave a 1-star review or get mad at you or, just something like that, man. Just, kind of avoid any kind of bad situation that can happen. And number 3, so here is what happened during this job that you're watching right now. It's actually a sped up video because a couple days prior to this job, I was actually kind of messing around with proportioners in my XJet, and I wanted to try a stronger proportioner on concrete. Well, I was trying that, and then the proportioner I usually use, I ended up having to basically rip it off, and I told myself I was going to get another one, but I just haven't, just procrastination, right? It gets the best of us. But I did end up putting the stronger one on it, and I put it on the concrete. It worked like a charm. Like it definitely helped speed up the concrete process. But when it came time to put the other proportioner back on it to do the house wash, the proportion I used to get it to 5%, 4%, 5%, I had to end up basically basically screw my screwdriver in it and break it all apart. It just wasn't coming out because of the SH. And so I ended up losing 2 proportioners. And so on this one, you're actually seeing me run the white proportioner, man. And it works. Like, don't get me wrong. But you kind of have to rinse off, rinse on, Mr. Miyagi, like you have to hit it multiple times because that white proportioner, man, it only gets to about, I think 1% if my math's correct. Something a little under that, I actually do believe. But with the extended wand that I'm using, that's just more water. So it actually, realistically, it's even lower than what the proportioner says it is. So it's not the strongest chemical I'm putting on the house currently. So we got the job done. It looks amazing, as you can see the end result. But truth be told, we were there a lot longer than we should have. I think it added another 30, 40 minutes, man. So my whole point to this is number 3, man, make sure you have the right tools for the job. Make sure you know exactly what you need to do the job. Now, guys, I still rock a 2.5 gallons per minute. That will change in the coming season. I am going to upgrade. I'm going to get my truck. I'm going to get my tank. I am going to upgrade because, I grinded hard this season with my 2.5, got everything done, had enough customers, God bless. And so we are going to upgrade our setup and basically scale our business even further. But I will tell you, like, anything under the machine I had, I would not recommend, because this machine was basically the bare minimum. Like, especially when it came to concrete is a pain in the butt to do with this machine. But guys, if you want it as bad as I do, you'll do anything in your power to get a business up and running. And that's why I say, you know, guys, if you need any help getting your business started, need marketing material, need someone to run your Facebook ads and automate your business, get your customer acquisition in shape, guys, click that link in the description. I'm your guy. I promise you, I will guide you. We'll work together and we'll build a sustainable business. But that's only if you want it as bad as I do. Okay. Not a lot of people have that fire, man. Not a lot of people want to make money, as surprising as it sounds. And if that's you, that's fine. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you are willing, if you want it and you're not wasting any time, that's what that link in the description is for, man. That's for you. I don't want nobody to click it that is going to waste my time, because I don't want to waste your time. And let's just leave it like that. But man, make sure you have the right tools. Make sure you know how to use your tools and everything, man, because you know, that's the whole job. You know, it's the whole job is knowing how to use your tools. I mean, it's you know, it sounds like such a simple thing, but a lot of people, you know, they get into the industry and, you know, they think they can run like an electric pressure washer, or, you know, they get a pressure washer, but it's been ran into the ground, you know, 300 hours, 200 hours, and they bought it off Facebook Marketplace, and the dang thing, you know, 2 more jobs and it's about to hit the bucket. Like, make sure you know exactly what your equipment is, how to handle your equipment. Make sure you're doing oil changes. You need to know where, you know, when to do an oil change. You're adding oil, if it's burning oil, if it's leaking oil, that sort of deal. Just take care of your equipment and make sure 100% that you know how to apply the chemical, get it off, everything, man. You're doing a smooth process, and you can achieve this with a lot of different equipment. You know, this isn't like a, you know, one solution to the problem kind of deal. As you can see, I'm using a 2.5 gallons per minute with an extended quick connect and an X-Jet at the end, man. Like, people don't do what I do. You know, there's not a lot of people that have my setup, right? But again, I wanted it and I got it, man. And we've been rocking and rolling. So, man, that's 3 mistakes. And guys, I have another video just like this on the channel. It's 3 beginner mistakes. If you want to watch that one, go ahead and check that one out. It's on the channel. Just scroll down. It's an older video. But if you want to see more videos like this, I like to do like 3 at a time, just because if I made like a 50 mistakes video, who's going to watch all that? That's just insane, right? But I'm going to do like 3 at a time. So there's going to be more videos like this coming out in the future. So if you do want to catch those and add value to your life and your business, that's all we do on this channel. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man, and leave a comment too, man. I want to hear about your experiences. I want to hear about a story that happened to you. I want to talk to you, man. Like, you know, we're all out here, you know, doing something for someone we love, or because we love ourselves and we want to succeed. So let's network, let's connect, man. I'm always open to that. So if you want to leave a comment, please, by all means, I reply to all my comments, man. But without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're out there getting that money, man. The season's coming up, baby. The season is coming up. And I'm super excited. I hope you are. And as always, man, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.